Right, Shalom, Yeshua. I want to start as always by giving all praise to Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. Double honors to the apostle of GMS and honors to brothers that are doing the work in truth or sincerity. Just want to do a real quick one on the news that China is to launch a Petro yuan in 2 months. Right, so basically they're going to start, their plan is to basically, let me get down to the bottom. It says earlier this year the Chinese government announced plans to start a crude oil futures, like a contract priced in yuan and convertible into gold. The contract will enable the country's trading partners to pay with gold or to convert yuan into gold without the necessity to keep money in Chinese assets or turn it into US dollars. The new benchmark will reportedly allow exporters such as Russia, Iran, and Venezuela to avoid US sanctions by trading oil in yuan. Right? So, you think about all of the other people that have tried to do this. Gaddafi, Saddam Hussein, right? They all got topped off, right? However, China's not a small nation anymore. Plus, they've got Russia backing them, right? It ain't like before where, just, herders and stuff. Nowadays, China's a force to be reckoned with, right? But this is all biblical prophecy. This is all, the falling and the breaking down of America, right? So we'll get Habakkuk too, and there's a scripture here seeming more and more in the latter days to become, a more common feature, in videos, because all these prophecies are coming to pass. It says Habakkuk 2:3 says, "For the vision is yet for an appointed time." Right, so the apostles asked Yahushua, when shall these things come? Because they're all saying, look, this is gonna come now. Basically Yahushua says, no, it's gonna come later. Right, so all these prophecies, right, they were appointed for a time later. Right, it says, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. Basically saying it will come to pass. So though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come, it will not tarry. So we've been waiting and waiting and waiting, and Lord's will with those men. We've been waiting since the time of Yahushua, since before then, right? But when really since the time of Yahushua to, get the hell out of this kingdom, right? We went for a period of time we forgot who we were, but the Lord had mercy on us such that we're able to come to the understanding that we're Israelites. Again, but we've seen all these prophecies coming to pass. This is another cog, another twist. Right? It says Isaiah 14:10. It says, "And they shall speak and say unto thee, Art thou also become weak as we? Art thou become like unto us?" Now, one of the ways America's been able to bully the whole world is the fact that is the fact that of the petrodollar. For instance, if they don't like what a country's doing, they just chuck sanctions on them, and then all of a sudden, that country, has to play by the rules, because any other country that deals with, the country that America has put sanctions on, that country gets ostracized. America won't then deal with them. Right, so this is all a way of circumventing America outside of dealings, like it says, countries like Venezuela, right? So basically, America no longer has that power of the world. Also, you take a look at countries like India, right? India has the nuclear bomb, has the atomic weapons, right? And so in North Korea, which we know it's not a real big issue. Right, but all of these countries that never used to be a problem are now a problem. And also, America isn't the superpower that it once was. And the whole situation in Syria helped change that as well. Right, so Joel 3, the point I want's in 10. Right, but I'm going to start from verse 9. It says, "Proclaim ye this among the Gentiles." Right, "Prepare war. Wake up the mighty men. Let all the men of war draw near. Let them come up." Right, so basically saying, like, look, all of these men of war, right, let them get prepared for war, right? Because what you gotta, what all of this is gonna lead to is, is another war. It's like I said, this is all part of the plan for the end of this kingdom, Right, so you have verse 10 says, beat your plowshares into swords and your pruning hooks into spears. So what's a plowshare? What's a pruning hook? A plowshare is something that you farm with. So basically, stop spending money on your agriculture and start pumping that into swords, into military equipment, right, into your armies, right? Which is, once again, like I'm saying, China is an example of that. All of a sudden, they've got an army, that can be a problem. So much so America won't do anything. America's not going to go in and invade, invade China like they did with Libya. They ain't gonna go in and invade China like they did with Iraq. Why? Because they've got that army. They are a problem nowadays. Right? It says, let the weak say I am strong. Like I was saying before, just not too long ago, China was nowhere. Even 10 years ago, I mean, one of my colleagues married to a Chinese woman who was telling me, oh, the way the economy in China has just, gone up, shot up, right, is what do you call it? In fact, let me load this up because it came into my head. Again, my memory's terrible, so I'll get it now while it's still there. But he's saying China's a force to be reckoned with now. So this is Ezekiel 38 and 7 says, be thou prepared, and prepare for thyself, thou and all thy company that are assembled unto thee, and be thou a guard unto them. So you've got BRICS in here, right? BRICS. So that's Brazil, Russia, India, China. I forgot the S. But those are an economic agreement. They're an economic agreement with each other. We take a look at China. China and Russia. They're They're a team on the. So I can't speak today. They're a team when it comes to this war, right? And if America does try to go in there, then China knows they got Russia on their back, which is what Ezekiel 38 is talking about. It's talking about Gog and Magog in reference to Russia, right? So basically, all of these countries are going to come to war. All of Russia's allies are going to come and war against America, right? This is Revelation 13:16 says, and he calls it all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or on their foreheads. Now, I bring this up because ultimately, if there does become a proper trade war, right, there's going to be no winners. And then once the dollar has collapsed or whatever atrocity brings the chip out, one of the possibilities is the collapse of the dollar. The collapse of the dollar has has effects all over the world. And then they're gonna say, look, we need a new system, a new form of payment, right? For instance, in China, I was told that the majority of payments are done with this thing called WeChat, right? Where it's all digital. It made reference how like a guy on a fruit stall can just pay with, you basically pay for your fruit using using digital money, right? It says, and he calls all both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, receive a mark in their right hand or on their foreheads. Right, and that mark is talking about the RFID microchip. It says, and that no man might buy or sell save he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. Right, so like I said, that's talking about the mark of the beast, right? RFID microchip, which you shouldn't get. No matter where it's putting you, you ain't supposed to get it. Right, so 2 Ezra 6 verse 9 says, for Esau is the end of the world, right? Esau, according to scripture, is a so-called white man, right? And it says, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth, right? Because you get a lot of people that say, yeah, everyone needs to learn Mandarin because the Chinese are going to be the next rulers. No, that's just not the case. Right, Esau's the end of, of all of these heathen nations having a rule. Right, and after that, it's Jacob's turn. It's the turn of righteousness. Right, because this is the end of the prophecies, and after this, we've got the destruction and then the kingdom. Right, so with that, Lord's, we've been edified and must say shalom.